Hi guys, welcome back. Happy Thanksgiving. My name is Christy. Thank you for coming to the channel. Halfway through cooking this evening, I decided I was gonna vlog this. I don't post on a regular basis, but I am trying to grow my channel and I do have goals for next year, so I'm starting early and I'm gonna try to get more videos up. But I am just doing some prep work for tomorrow. I planned on doing this way earlier in the day. As you can see, it's super dark outside, even though it's 8 o'clock. And it looks like it's midnight outside, but it's only 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna show you what I did this afternoon to help me for tomorrow for Thanksgiving. And then when I wake up in the morning and I start cooking everything, I will show you guys what I'm doing. I am waking up early, like around 6-ish. I'm smoking a turkey. I'm doing a turkey in the oven. I'm doing a honey glazed ham my way and some other things. I'm waking up super early because we do our Thanksgiving around lunchtime. So my parents are coming. One of my sisters is coming. My sister-in-law and her kids are coming all the way from Texas. So I'm super excited. So we're trying to get everything prepared. So let me show you what I've got going on here so far. It doesn't look like much, even though I feel like I've been working all afternoon, but I did get sidetracked a couple times. I had to go get pizza for dinner because I was cooking all this stuff, so I didn't have time to make dinner. And then I started putting up my Christmas trees. Yes, I put up my Christmas trees. They only have lights on them. They look beautiful. I have a white light one, and then I have a colored light one, which I prefer the multicolored light one. It's my oldest one, but I needed a new tree a couple years ago because the multicolored tree, the lights went out, but I just put lights on it so because I'm not getting rid of the tree. Trees are expensive. And then I found that one, which is beautiful too. But maybe tomorrow at the end of the video, I'll show you our beautiful Christmas trees that we are putting up, because tomorrow we will be putting the ornaments on them. But let me show you the food that we've got so far. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. All right, so I have all those people coming. So I made 2 batches of my dinner rolls, these are my favorite. I do have a video that I show you how to make these bad boys. I even have a holiday video that I did recently that shows you how to make those. I did some fresh cranberry sauce, and I did it, I think it's all recipes. I saw it many years ago. Ooh, camera wobble, sorry. Ooh, there it goes again. Too much caffeine tonight, I guess. Okay, so it's 12 ounces of fresh cranberries. And all you do is you have a cup of orange juice, a cup of sugar. You warm that together and make sure the sugar is dissolved into the orange juice. Then you plop the 12 ounces of the cranberries in it on your stovetop. You let it go for about 8 to 10 minutes and they will pop open. It'll still be a little bit liquidy when you first take it off, but as it sets, it kind of gets into the gelatin-ishy consistency that cranberry sauce is. I do leave my cranberries a little bit chunky because that's just the way that I like it, but you could put an emulsion blender in or dump it into a blender, but just be very careful because it's hot, and blend it up and make it all smooth. You could do it that way, but I like it this way. It's tasty. And then I have all of my veggies ready to go. This is gonna go in the bottom of my turkey that I'm doing in the oven. So I'm doing a traditional one, and I'm gonna use all that to make the juice to make a gravy. And then I'm gonna saute all of these tomorrow morning. This is going into my cornbread stuffing. So I actually have one more thing of cornbread in the oven, and then I'm done with that for tonight. And then we'll get it all together in the morning because I need some chicken stock and all that good jazz. And then I'm gonna make an awesome sweet potato casserole. I have walnuts and mini mellows, and I put a little bit of brown sugar, and I'm thinking about doing maple syrup, just make it extra, but it's gonna be good. And then I have some boiled eggs here, because again, some of these are gonna go in with my stuffing. My cornbread stuffing is the recipe that my mother-in-law gave me many years ago. that's just the way that they like it. My sister that's coming is actually just bringing just stovetop stuffing for people who do not want cornbread stuffing. And I have a lot of eggs in here because my mom is bringing deviled eggs, and I told her deviled eggs before I found out that my sister-in-law was coming, so we're just gonna make some extra ones. So that's all the prep, and that's my liquid caffeine. That's all my prep for tonight. I still gotta mop my floors, and then I will see you guys in the morning.
Good morning, guys. It is 6:23. I started my smoker. Oh, it's the next day. I'm still asleep. I didn't go to bed till almost 1 o'clock, but I have to wake up this early because I'm having Thanksgiving on around lunch. I can't even talk this morning because I haven't had my coffee, but I'm waking up at 6 because I'm smoking one of my turkeys, and turkeys do not normally take that long to cook. It's a couple of hours in your oven and you're good. But I am smoking one of my turkeys, so it takes a little bit longer. I have a Daniel Boone Traeger smoker, like the pellet smoker. So I have my turkey here. You know, you have teenagers when you wake up in the morning and you went to bed with all the dishes done and you wake up with the sink full. That just makes me so mad. But let's try. There we go. We're gonna ignore that. So I turned my smoker on this morning, and now I'm going to. I'm not gonna jazz him up very much because I'm using hickory chips and I really like them. So make sure your hands are clean because you're gonna be messing with bird. And I'm just gonna put very little seasoning on him. I am gonna go like throughout the smoking process, and I have a spray that I have made that I use on my meat. It's just apple cider vinegar and some water, but for some reason mixed in with the smoker and just the meat, it turns the meat really juicy and it tastes really yummy. So I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can watch me clean up this bird. He's got a little bit extra junk on his neck, so we're gonna cut that off and then we're gonna season him up. So let me flip the camera. All right, guys. So I took all the packaging out, I took all the junk out, and then I just blotted him down to get the moisture off because I do want a crispy, even though I'm smoking it, you're still gonna get that crispy outside layer. And I don't like this, so I just trim it off. All right, so I got them all nice and dry, and now I'm gonna take, I just use olive oil, and I'm gonna coat him very generously in the olive oil. You can use, I've seen people use butter, and I'm going to use butter on my other one, but for the smoker, this is what I prefer. And I'm just gonna make sure I get that. Okay, so he's covered. So now I'm gonna take some salt, and this is poultry, so do not be afraid to use salt. It can handle it. And then pepper. And garlic. And I'm making sure to get some of that stuff. I'm making a gigantic mess, but that's okay. Make sure to get some of your seasonings in the cavity as well. Okay, and then I had poultry seasoning. What do I do? Oh, I'm gonna do a bit of the old school poultry seasoning. Why not? I'm gonna make sure this guy has lots of flavor. We don't want a flavorless bird, especially because you woke up so early in the morning. We're gonna get this done. I am gonna put some onion in his cavity. just to help with the moisture on the inside and a little bit of flavor. You can put celery, you can put carrots, you can put whatever you want. This is just what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to, I made him on a little foil bed because I'm gonna put him on my smoker, and I don't want, at the end I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit, and I don't want the drippings to cause a fire. That's an issue that I have noticed with my smoker as it gets older. If I have it on a higher temp, which it's supposed to be able to use on a higher temp, the bottom of it catches on fire. So just be careful with that. Now I'm going to show you what I have. I'm not wasting any of the insides of the, well, I'm just using the turkey neck. I'm going to make a basic, like, fast chicken broth to use on my stuffing. So I have the neck in there, I have an onion, I have just a handful of carrots and 2 celery sticks, and then I put water over it. I'm gonna put it on the stove and just boil it to get some quick chicken broth. Okay, so my smoker is still coming to temperature, so we're gonna let this birdie sit for a little bit while I clean up some of the mess, and then I'll show you when I get it on the smoker, because I can't carry the turkey and the camera at the same time and everybody else is still asleep. All right, be right back. All right, guys, I got the first bird going. Whoop. So he's on our smoker, and it is a little chilly outside. So I'm just gonna let him chill for a couple hours. All right, so I'm not really a blogger type of person, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try real hard. So I got my first turkey on. I finally got some coffee. So I'm going to work, I got my fast chicken stock going. So right now I'm going to clean up this kitchen again, and then I'm gonna start making the sides. I'm gonna just assemble them. I'll probably get the sweet potato casserole going, and I'm just gonna put everything together, and I'm gonna pull out the other turkey and get it ready, wipe out where the turkey was sitting in the refrigerator, and I've got a whole bunch of these guys. And my first Costco November video, I ended up at Costco twice in November, but I've never used, I wouldn't say never, like for a very long time, the past couple of years, I've just used my pots and pans, regular plates, and the only problem is there's a whole bunch of dishes afterwards. So, and I can use these guys to send plates home with everybody that's coming. So I'm gonna use these. So I'm gonna get a bunch of my stuff ready in these. When we warm up the rolls again, we're gonna put them in these, and I will just show you all of that. So let's get cooking for Thanksgiving after I have some coffee. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start bringing all my sides out that I made yesterday, and we're going to start assembling things, and we'll see how far I get to see what time we start cooking, because now it's only 6:46. I got my kitchen cleaned up again so I can use my sinks, and then we're gonna get to doing everything else. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna turn you to the oven. This is like the only time of the year that I have 3 holidays out. I still have Halloween candy. I have got fall flowers and fall pumpkins. I've got little scarecrows up, and I have Christmas trees. I still have my Eat, Be Scary. Where is there? Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. I'm gonna have to have my son get that down today. Okay, sidetracked. Let's get back to it. I'm going to be sauteing the vegetables that are gonna go in my stuffing, and I'm gonna crumble up the stuffing, get a couple eggs out, chop those up. Remember I boiled all the eggs and everything last night? Prep for today. These have got to be the strongest smelling onions. I opened my refrigerator and it smells like Onion City. Okay, so this is all, it's carrots, chopped up onion, and chopped up celery. And I'm just gonna saute this. I'm gonna put salt, pepper, onion, garlic in here onto the stovetop, and then we'll season it again because it's cornbread stuffing and we're gonna use chicken broth. So you just wanna make sure it's flavorful, so let's get that going. You never want to put uncooked veggies into your stuffing because even though you are going to put it in the oven and cook your cornbread stuffing, that's not going to give it time to cook those vegetables. So that's why I saute my vegetables first before I stick it into the cornbread stuffing. Alrighty. I left my cornbread out on the counter last night. There you see it's double stacked. I left it out because I don't want it to be moist. I kind of want it to be a little bit dried out, like second day bread almost, but with cornbread. Because I'm gonna put chicken stock on it and it won't be dry at all because it's gonna absorb all of the juices from the vegetables and the chicken stock. Then I'm gonna put tons of seasoning and then we're gonna put eggs. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be really tasty. I had never had cornbread stuffing until 20 years ago. My parents make stovetop stuffing. It's because they were too busy making everything else. But when went to my first Thanksgiving with my husband's family and I was waiting for the stovetop stuffing and his mother had this gigantic roasting pan that she had full, it just looked like cornbread to me. And she's told me that it had all these things in it. She does put some of the turkey, like some of the turkey neck meat in hers. I don't put that in mine. But she showed me how to make it. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk this morning. I guess the coffee still has not kicked in. She showed me how to make it a couple years back and I've been making it ever since. It's pretty good. My kids love it. My husband loves it. I was going to use the roasting pan. Oh, she gifted me one. This gigantic roasting pan that is used for cornbread stuffing, and it looks identical to hers. It's awesome. But again, because of dishes, I'm already gonna be using all of those, and I don't know if I'm going to be using that pan. I think I might. That way I don't have to use two of the cornbread, two of these like foil things for the cornbread. Yeah, because this is getting out of hand. Okay. Alrighty. Let me pause, wash my hands, and dig out that pan, wash it, and show you guys what it is. It's awesome. Okay, remember this pan is strictly for cornbread stuffing. I'll be right back. This is my cornbread stuffing pan. It does have a lid too, but I'm not gonna use the lid. So we're going to I'm gonna transfer the cornbread into here, and then when those videos, oh my gosh, this coffee has got to kick in soon. Whenever the vegetables are done, we're gonna just put them on top, and then we'll mix it all in. And then this pan is making my fast chicken stock. We're not gonna put the cornbread stuffing. Is gonna be one of the last things to go into the oven. It's cooked all the way through, and I'm gonna have all the vegetables cooked and everything. We just want to warm it up all the way through the center and give all the ingredients time to come together. Tastes good. All right. I was worried that I did not make enough cornbread last night, but this is a ton. I hear people moving upstairs. I might have helpers finally. Although it's almost 7 o'clock, it's probably my dog. He needs to go to the bathroom. Gotta wash my hands. I'm talking too much and my coffee's cold. It's too hot now, dang it. Okay. So, when I was making my eggs last night, I was like, man, I love deviled eggs. I wonder why I don't make them more often. This is why, guys. You see that? I cannot peel eggs. That's why I don't make deviled eggs a lot. Okay, so I went through my bag because I am going to make a couple of deviled eggs. I went through my bag and I got all the odd-shaped ones out, and I'm just going to chop them up, and I'm going to put them in my stuffing. Man, when I chopped up those eggs, I made a lot of eggs. Okay, alrighty, I'm gonna go check on my vegetables. I need a couple of more minutes, guys. I'm going to figure out a game plan and I'll be back. Okay, guys. Hot skillet. All right. Hot.
So now I've got my cornbread, I've got some boiled eggs, and I've got some sauteed vegetables. It's just onions, celery, and carrots. And I'm just going to leave them here for right now because we're gonna add chicken stock in a little bit. And then we're gonna put some more seasoning because you don't want it to be bland. So we're just gonna let that set. All the liquid from the vegetables will go down into there, and that's good. So we're gonna set this dish aside for a little bit, and we're gonna start working on the other ones in a moment. I'm gonna finish my coffee before it gets cold again, and then we'll start up. All right, guys, we're gonna start assembling all of our other sides that I'm making. So I'm gonna do a sweet potato casserole. And I roasted these potatoes last night, so I just popped them in the microwave, and now I'm just, you can use a hand mixer, a potato masher. I like mine to have a little bit of texture, so I'm not whipping them. You can, if you want like a pie consistency. And then I got half a cup, but I think I'm only gonna put 1/4 cup because that's sweet. A stick of melted butter, or half a stick, oh my gosh, half a stick of melted butter. And 3 eggs. Okay. Now we're just gonna combine everything. God, eggshell. All right. Everybody's incorporated. Get a clean pan. You can use the casserole dish, but I'm using all of these. Okay, so I put my sweet potatoes in a little casserole, and I have 1/3 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 1/2 stick of very cold butter, and you're just gonna mix it together. I'm just gonna use my hands. And I have a cup of chopped walnuts. I think a lot of people use pecans, but I like walnuts. It doesn't matter what you use. Do whatever makes you happy. I'm looking for crumblies. My hands don't want to work this morning.
Pretty fresh off, huh?
Yep. All right, I'll come right back, guys. It was taking too long with my hands, so I went and got a fork, and I just incorporated that butter into with the brown sugar and the flour. Put my nuts in. And now we're just gonna sprinkle it over the top. And then to make it extra, we have mini mellows. And then I'm just gonna put it in the oven to melt the mellows down and to get the brown sugar all melted and ooey gooey. Oh. gonna pop this in the oven just until it's nice and melted on the top, and I'll show you guys. It's probably gonna be about 15-20 minutes. I'll be back. All right, we're moving on to the ham, and this is my version. It's not traditional, it's just my version of a honey glazed ham. So I have a spiral cut ham, and then I have some brown sugar. It's 1/3 cup of brown sugar. You don't have to use this much. And then when it cooks, it's gonna melt all down, and then I'll continue basting it, getting it into all the nooks and crannies when it starts to open up. And then I have some honey bear. And I just drizzle honey on it. And then I take pineapple juice. And I don't use all of the pineapple juice because while it's cooking, I'll put some more on it and baste it with that. So it's gonna go into the oven. My ham's already cooked, so we just wanna get it warm through the center and open it up to get all the seasoning in there. So my oven's set at 375, and I'm just gonna slip it in with the sweet potato casserole and let it cook away. All right, guys, I'm working on my second turkey, and this guy is gonna go in the oven. And I'm gonna cook him at 350 for about 3 hours. Yours just goes on your weight of your turkey. You can always get online, and there's tables that tell you how long to cook your turkey for. Mine's 12 pounds. So I'm just gonna go 3 to 3.5 hours and make sure that internal temperature is at 165. So right now I'm just loosening the skin from the breast area and along the legs because I made a butter mixture that I'm gonna put in there. Underneath my turkey, I already put my onions, carrots, and celery in some water. And so now I'm gonna start to season the turkey itself. So I'm also gonna use olive oil on the outside, but this will make sure that the meat stays tender and then it gets all those seasonings in there. And you just use your fingers and it'll separate that the skin from the meat. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take a moment to wipe my hands off. I'm just making sure that it gets in all of that those nice places that we want it at. Don't waste any of the butter. Okay. Okay, wipe my hands off a little bit. And now I'm gonna put some olive oil. Basically almost the same thing that I did with my turkey that is on the smoker, except for this guy, I tucked his wings back because he is going in the oven and I don't want those to burn. Let me just fix this guy. So I'm gonna massage that oil all over him, make sure all of it's covered. If you have some butcher twine, you can tie his legs together, but I don't have any, so hopefully he doesn't dry out. We're just gonna keep an eye on him and make sure that we baste him very well. All right, I'm just doing traditional herbs. You can do whatever flavor turkey. I have done Bobby Flay's. He has like a Serrano, I think it's mandarin orange, Serrano citrus, something. We've done that a couple of times. And don't be afraid to season. This is poultry. It needs it. And then make sure you're putting some in the cavity as well and just all over. And you can pat it on there to make sure that it sticks, because I want this skin to be nice and crisp and flavorful. And to do that, you gotta season it. Salt, pepper, onion, a little bit of poultry seasoning that has all the thyme in there. I don't know what this has in it. Thyme, sage, marjoram, rosemary, black pepper, and nutmeg. Oops. All right, guys, this is gonna go in my oven at 350 for about 3 to 3.5 hours. I do have a meat thermometer that I will check it with, and I'm gonna continuously throughout the, I'm probably doing like maybe every 45 minutes to an hour, get in there and just baste it real good. Make sure that it turns nice and brown. If it's getting too dark because of the butter and the oil, before it's done, just put a foil tint over it. All right, guys, see you in a bit. Oh, I forgot to show you, oh, my hands are dirty. I forgot to film the green bean casserole. So I just do a very traditional, let me see if I can flip the camera. I say traditional, but it's just the Campbell's soup one. So it's, I used 6 cans of the small cans of the green beans, not small cans, the medium cans, the normal size cans. I used 6 cans of those, 2 cans of the cream of mushroom, and the cream of mushroom were the smaller size. Let's see. They were the 10 ounce, so I used 2 of those, and then I'm gonna put the fried onions on top, and then we're just gonna put it in the oven to get nice and crispy. Oops. See you guys. All right, guys. I forgot that I was making a video, so I'm gonna have to show you everything at the end, but I almost forgot that we are doing Brussels sprouts too, so I just have a bag of Brussels sprouts that I got from Costco, and I half them, took their little bottoms off, and then I just put olive oil and salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put them on the stovetop, and we're just gonna saute these guys, and I'm actually gonna start, what is it called? Carving up one of my turkeys, so I'm gonna bring that over here and get that started. I wanted to take a picture when it was whole. Sorry guys, I forgot again that I was filming a video. So I cut up my turkeys. This one is a smoked turkey. This one is the oven turkey. This is our honey glazed ham. We have the rolls from last night. We have my sister-in-law made a chocolate pecan pie. Don't just ignore the dirty kitchen. And we have homemade cranberry sauce. Ouch. Candied yams, green bean casserole, turkey gravy, and Brussels sprouts. And then we're warming up some more rolls in the oven. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget to like and subscribe.